Sean Carroll is the president of the American Near East Refugee Aid Organization. He joins us now from Tarragona in Spain. Really good to have you with us, Sean. As the starvation crisis in Gaza deepens, the US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will be visiting the so-called Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid sites in the enclave. As our correspondent mentioned, there are only 4 of them, and at these sites hundreds of Palestinians have been killed trying to get aid. It's sparked outrage among world leaders across the globe, along with the growing number of Palestinians who are dying from hunger. What do you expect will happen with Witkoff's visit? Will anything change?
Well, I hope so. It has to change. I hope that they will go into Gaza further than just where the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites are located, because 3 out of the 4 of those are in the very south. They're really in a no-go zone where there isn't population anymore. I hope they get further into Gaza and see the desperate needs, and also see that in order to deliver aid effectively and to meet the needs where they are, there need to be many more distribution sites. Under the UN and international NGO system, there were hundreds of distribution sites. We were running, Anera had anywhere from 5 to 15, 20 sites at a time, and the UN agencies even more. We need to meet people where they are, where the need is, and these Gaza Humanitarian Foundation sites are too far away from where most of the population is, and there are too few of them. I expect they will also see, as you're showing in the images now, that having that many people lined up desperately to receive food that is not enough to go around is a situation that's unsustainable.
In announcing Steve Witkoff's visit to Gaza, the White House press secretary also said that Witkoff would be working on a final plan to speed deliveries of aid to the enclave. As you mentioned, before these 4 GHF sites, the UN Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA, had been running hundreds of aid distribution sites across the enclave for decades. What would a US plan look like in terms of speeding up deliveries? Because it seems like they're adamant that they won't allow UNRWA to reopen those hundreds of sites, at least for now.
Well, I hope we would see what we saw during the previous ceasefire from mid to late January until early March. There were hundreds of trucks, 600 trucks a day coming in, and that's what's needed at least. And if the border crossings are all opened and they're manned more hours than is the case now, and if aid is facilitated going into UN agencies, going into international NGOs that are all approved to work in the Palestinian territories, we're all registered with the Israeli authorities. We've been working there for decades. We know how to get aid to where it's supposed to go and not be diverted. If we return to a system that allows all of us who know how to do this work, do it in a facilitated, unfettered way, then we'll see that this chaos will reduce as soon as the supply of aid being delivered begins to match the immense need. Then this chaos and desperation will begin to be reduced. And we saw that in late January to early March. And there were accusations that during that time, Hamas took much of the aid, and now a USAID independent investigation report and Israel's own military, the IDF, has said that in fact was not the case, which is what we were saying all along. This has never been easy. You can never guarantee that every single box of food makes it to its destination, but when we're allowed to work unfettered, when we're allowed to work in a way that works with our beneficiaries list, we can distribute in a way that ensure aid goes to where it's supposed to be going.
Okay, Sean Carroll, we'll have to leave it there, but the best of luck with your work, and thank you again for joining us.
Thank you. We need more than luck. Thank you for having me.